going on? What's going on? I'll wait till I see a few more people pop in here, man, and I'll kind of start with what um, I want to do this video about. You know, so but some things is wrong with the Detroit Lions, man, and they're small things though. The little things. There's a few little things that are wrong with the Detroit Lions, but I'll get into it in a minute, man. You know, see, I got the Detroit Lions hoodie. Actually, it's the Mental and Us Detroit Lions hoodie. My pops actually brought this for me, man. Shout out to my pops, Mike Jones Sr. Yeah. hmm But it was a tough season, man. It was a rough season. I'm telling you, it was hard. It was hard. And people and the first people who want to say something is the non-Lions fans to do that SOL stuff. I don't want to hear that bullshit. Yeah, I'll wait just like 2 more minutes, man, and you know, see who else pop up in here. So yeah, man, it was rough. The Detroit Lions did not look like the Detroit Lions. They did not look like Dan Campbell's Detroit Lions. So, um, yeah. Yeah, this is my little area right here. You know. I always like to look up facts too. I don't just be like just kind of say what I want and then that just be it. I kind of go off facts too. So. hmm But I always rep my team though. Gotta rep my team, right? I don't care win, lose, or draw. I always rep the Lions, man. I rep the Lions for so long. So I'm not gonna stop now, man. I rep them all through the '90s, early 2000s. I always rep the Lions, always. So, you know, yeah, man. See here, man. Hey, what's up, man? Thank you, Emily, for hitting that like button. Um, I appreciate it. What's up? What's up? Uh, I'm waiting just for a few more people to come in and join the chat before I kind of start on. It's a quick video. What's going on? What's going on? TKHD HK4DI. What's going on? Yeah, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Um, if y'all don't know what I'm about to do, man, I'm about to basically give my opinion on what is wrong with the Detroit Lions. And if you kind of want to know my background, my resume, I'm a football coach. I'm a high school varsity football coach. So even though it's different in the NFL, I am a high school varsity football coach. I'm a D-line coach. I help out with the O-line, so I kind of do know a little bit, even though schematically it's a lot more advanced than the pros. But yeah, man. So what I think is wrong with the Detroit Lions starts at the helm, man. It starts with Brad Holmes. Well, Brad Holmes has built the Detroit Lions into what it is today. In the previous couple years, man, Brad has lacked. Brad has lacked. I mean, if it is what it is, man. I mean, if you that's what you thinking, you can exit. This year the Texans are better than the Lions. They got a lot more continuity. Um, I think one thing that we did uh, that we didn't really take into account, and I think that's because the Lions were on a high horse, and that was the coordinators leaving. I think we misjudged how bad the coordinators leaving would affect the Detroit Lions. Um, yeah, that's you know, Caden. I'm not going to even argue with you. We all can see the Texans are a better team than the Detroit Lions are this year. I will not argue that. Right, the Texans are on the brink right now of the playoffs. Right, and the Lions are eliminated. So that's what I'm saying. Yep. Thank you though, Emily, for stopping in. No, I appreciate it. Um, you know, salute to you. But you know what? Like I was saying, man, the thing starts at the top, right? Now, Brad Holmes is a mastermind. He has done a very good job at collecting talent through the draft. One thing Brad Holmes has to do better is he has to take advantage of free agency and he has to take advantage of the trade deadline. That is something that Brad Holmes has kind of been reluctant to do. He's been reluctant to spend money because he's wanted to keep all his draft picks. And you know what? While I understand his motto and his thinking because he wants to keep the culture the same, the culture is built. The culture is built. You got Goff on the contract. You got St. Brown on the contract. You got Penei Sewell on the contract. You know what I'm saying? Like the culture is built. All right. You got to start bringing in guys that will help this team win. You know what I'm saying? You got to start bringing in guys that and a lot of people say, oh, Lions fans, oh, you go on here, you go posting. This guy's a free agent. This guy's a free agent. This guy's on the trade block. And it's for real. Like some of those people that we post, and I can say I'm guilty of it. We need to go get, and obviously Brad Holmes has had talks, so it's not like he's totally ignoring it, but make an effort, like more than what you're willing to give. Like he's being so cheap about it, okay? Because he wants to re-sign his own players, and I get it, but that's not the NFL, right? So that's one thing that Detroit Lions have to do better, man, and that starts at the top. You know what I'm saying? You have to sign players who are going to help this team win the game. You can't rely off totally draft picks. I heard a guy say it in a video, man. I was watching a video the other day. Being a GM is more than being an advanced college scout. Being a GM means you have to take advantage of the free agency and the trade deadline. You have to make those moves that are necessary for your team to succeed. I don't know. I got to start them off, but succeed. What up, LL? Because I just decided to. That's why. That's my co-host. If y'all ever check it out, go check it out. Boss Up Ball Out podcast. I'm the Wolverine coach, Mike Jones. As you know, we do Detroit Lions talk over there, man. It's everything Detroit Lions, the good, the bad, the stuff that's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, that people don't want to touch on. We touch on it all because we don't play no games. But yeah, man. I just decided, man, to do this video real quick, man. But you know what? the Detroit Lions, another thing that I feel is wrong with the Detroit Lions that they need to get together is giving Monty the ball. Right? They did a little bit better this game because I believe it was a 17-10 split. Yeah, it was 17-10 split. I don't think that was that bad. But usually it's been games where Monty gets like 4 carries. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, the Lions don't suck, man. Like, come on, Hammond blocks. The Lions don't, or Hyman blocks. The Lions don't suck, man. They just had a realization that things are harder than what it is. They've had it kind of good. They've had it kind of, we'll just go with the motion, and the motion's been riding, but the NFL adjusts. The NFL makes adjustments, man. Oh, what's up? Greetings from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Abandoned 223. What's up? What's going on, man? GR. That's what's up, man. We actually was getting ready to go up to Grand Rapids for some sparring, but the gym actually they was doing something, so we didn't end up going. But yeah, Grand Rapids, man. I fought in Grand Rapids before. So I fought, it was at the Deltaplex in Grand Rapids. So yeah, man. But the Detroit Lions, man, they got to get that run game together, and that run game goes with Montgomery. You know what I'm saying? Montgomery and that O line. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Montgomery and that O line, because you want your if your O line is young in the interior, you want them going forward. There was a couple games in there where Detroit Lions were passing like a 64% ratio. Like, you don't ever want it to be that high. First of all, because Jared Goff is not good enough quarterback where you just want to throw the ball like 90 times a game. Like, that's just, I know they didn't throw it that much. I'm just saying, you don't want it to be a pass-heavy attack constantly. And there was like a little stretch there where like 3 out of 4 games, we were like at a 62, 63, 64% pass ratio. You don't ever want to do that, man. You don't ever want to do that. So that's one thing, man. And that's not touching on any of the injuries or anything. I'm not going to touch on any of the injuries. I'm going to talk about what the Lions could have done with their current roster in its current state. And that's give Montgomery the ball. Now, why? Because you want to kind of slow the game up. When you're hurt like you are on the back end, which I'll get to, when you're hurt like you are on the back end, you want to give Montgomery the ball. Because Montgomery slows the game up. He 3 yards, 2 yards, 4 yards, first down, 5 yards, 2 yards, 3 yards, first down. He slows the game up. Now, I'm not saying you don't want to give Gibbs the ball, because that would be idiotic. But you want to get Gibbs more involved in other aspects. Like if you watch the show, the Boss of Ball Up podcast, I'm a part of on YouTube. Kurt Steele, LL Cool Torrance, are my co-hosts. I seen LL was in here for a minute. You definitely want to get Gibbs more involved in other ways and give Monty the ball and have him slow the game down, right? Because you're hurt on the back end. Right, you don't want teams taking advantage of your secondary being depleted. So you slow the game down, you get the ball to Montgomery, and you have him chunk it out. And then now you want to move over to the defense. Like I said, I'm not going to talk about injuries. Right, I'm not going to talk about injuries. I'm not going to talk about the secondary being hurt and all of that. I'm just going to talk about the things that we can control, and that was the run defense. The Detroit Lions where what's up, man? He said it's still in here. Oh yeah, I ain't lying. The run defense, which I believe now it has to be like in the middle of the pack. It was top 5 last year, and we had a injured D line and injured front 7. Like we had 2 linebackers that were gone. We had 3 starting D linemen that were gone. Plus, there was some other D linemen in there. Like, we had one starting D lineman from the season that played, and we were minus 2 linebackers, and we were still top 5 against the run. This year, we are not top 5, but we're not even top 10 against the run. And we had a healthy D line. We had a healthy set of linebackers. Now, I don't know if that's scheme or whatever you can say. All I know is, and they can say maybe it's Casey Rogers, the new D-line coach. He's not good as Terrell Williams. It may be. But I'm just saying the Detroit Lions had a healthy front 7, and they were middle of the pack against the run. That's not good enough. Like the Pittsburgh Steelers came in here and put up 230 yards rushing on the Detroit Lions. That is crazy. That is crazy talk. Like, shouldn't have happened. Like, they're like that again. That scheme, man. You know what I'm saying? That is totally scheme right there. When Pittsburgh come in here and put up 230 on the ground. That's disgusting. And you know, that's you gotta look at Shep. You know what I'm saying? You can't just say Casey Rogers, you gotta look at Shep. You know what I'm saying? The scheme. What was the scheme? What were you doing different? You know what I'm saying, than you did last year? Because last year you had dudes who worked at the grocery store, who worked at the gas station, who was just on the corner, and they was coming in and they was playing, they was producing. So, yeah, man, those are the things, man. Like I said, I don't want to look at injuries because we can't control injuries, right? You cannot control injuries. Injuries happen, right? But when you see the back end is depleted like that, give Montgomery the ball. Slow the game down. Like that, I mean, you know, and maybe the O-line wasn't clicking like it was supposed to be, you know, and that goes to kind of Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes, you know, that they were, you know, they make decisions together. And obviously they dropped the ball on the center and stuff like that, man. But I'm just saying, man, you have to pound the ball with Montgomery. They featured Gibbs way too much for my liking. Okay, Gibbs should have been featured more in the passing game. Not saying he shouldn't be featured in the running game because you seen what he did. The man was going crazy, but you should have had him more in the passing game and Montgomery lined up, man. And that right there could have helped a little bit to slow the game up a little bit to give the back end of your defense some help when they were banged up, right? The Legion of Home did a good job for a couple games, but they were the Legion of Home because they were backups. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't do them any justice by just giving Jahmyr Gibbs the ball like that, man. You know, so, but that too can come with, you know, having an offensive coordinator. You know, because they had Dan Campbell calling the plays. Salute to Dan Campbell. He did what he could. I'm not going to knock it and say he didn't. He did what he could, but it's Dan Campbell. He's not an offensive play caller, right? So they dropped the ball there and getting Johnny Moe. And that leads me to the last thing is when you're in a playoff window, in a Super Bowl window, you don't go get a first-year defensive coordinator, and you don't go get a second-year offensive coordinator, which his first year was with the New York Jets in 2017. And I know they couldn't have won more than 4 games. I haven't even looked at what it is, but I know they couldn't have won more than 4 games. I know they couldn't have. So those things combined are the reasons why the Lions went 1 and, you know, whatever in the last couple of games, man, is because, man, they got to get Monty the ball, okay? They got to see what's going on with that front 7 on defense. And they have to start making moves in the offseason and the trade deadline, because doing it with your own guys, you know, it's a good idea. It's a good kind of home feeling. And it's kind of a Broham feeling, but you can't do it. You can't do it. Ain't nobody in the NFL done it in recent years. You can't do it. You're going to have to open that checkbook. You're going to have to spend something. You're going to have to give something up. Like, it's just, that's football, man. That is front office in football. Ask Howie Roseman of the Eagles. He does it all the time. But hey, man, I'm Coach Mike Jones. I know I kept y'all here for about 20 minutes. I wanted to do it in about like a little less than that. But man, shout out to the Boss of Ball Out podcast. Check us out, man. We'll be on tomorrow. Me, LL Cool Torrance, Kurt Steele, man. We talk everything Detroit Lions, man. Sports news and rumors. We give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. But yeah, I'm Coach Mike Jones, man, and I'm about to be out of here.